Merchandising. Go to teespring.com and make sure you get you a Goods T-shirt. It's where the real money's made on YouTube, not on the AdSense or all the Patreons. We need you to go and buy a shirt. That way we're no longer poor.
Blood in, blood out.
Hi guys, and welcome back to From the Vault. So this is a show where Art gets to tell us about something that he's become aware of, or something that he's loved throughout time that somehow we all either slept on or just really don't.
Hey, or maybe there's a new generation that hasn't caught up.
Hasn't quite experienced it
Yes.
yet. So what do you have for us this week,
So
Art?
today's From the Vault is, drum roll please, the film from the 90s, Blood In, Blood Out, also known as Bound by Honor, but then it was changed back to Blood In, Blood Out.
Also known as Blood In, Blood Out. Why would anybody have not been able to see this movie? Maybe because they couldn't figure it out when the title kept changing.
This movie was released in 1993.
1993, okay.
Okay, so
I remember those days.
Yeah, back in the day,
We're not talking about how old I was in 93, but go on.
I will say I was in high school. I was a wee youngin' in high school, but I was still in high school nonetheless.
I refuse to disclose that. So anyway, Blood In, Blood Out,
Blood In, Blood Out.
Bound by Honor
Bound by
/
Honor.
Blood In, Blood Out.
So, just first and foremost, let's get this out of the way. This is a very iconic movie that really has a big influence on the Chicano culture.
Okay.
The cholos, cholas, the vato.
Right. This is one of those films where, like, you guys, the whole cast was Latin. Or
Yeah, this
Hispanic,
was our
like that.
first film for myself.
For us, by us, it was a FUBU film.
This was the first film that most of us gravitated to. There was other movies, American Me, Mi Familia.
Yeah.
But the difference between this one was that it actually took place with an age that we were all familiar with already. So we got to establish with the characters.
Okay.
So the three main stars, Benjamin Bratt, who has gone on to do other films.
What are those films?
Oh, a bunch of them. I can't remember all the.
I'll put a list up on screen.
Yeah, he was with Sandra Bullock in Miss Congeniality. He was also in.
Wasn't he in? If I'm thinking about the same person,
Demolition
wasn't he in
Man.
Demolition Man? Okay, I'm thinking about the same person. Yeah, that's
He
right.
was on Mars.
He's been in a lot of films. Now that I
Yeah.
remember the face with the name. Yeah, he's been in a lot of films.
Yeah, so he has a lot of movies under his belt.
Right.
But this was for me the movie that really put him in the limelight. For me, he was the standout character, even though and then watching it back then and then watching it now, I've watched it numerous times. It's free on YouTube.
You had a lot of time to watch it, sir. That movie is
1993.
Like, oh my God,
27
it's like
years old.
Jesus,
The movie's 27 years old.
makes you sound so old just to admit I was alive when that movie came out.
So hey, it's such a great movie because there's so many awesome lines, right? But it's the actual culture, a lot of the stuff that we grew up with.
Right.
The fact that it was an all Hispanic cast, it was about the Hispanic culture. Granted, it was about drugs and prison, but it was something that we could all relate to. Little things that they had about family, phrasing, and how they spoke both English and Spanish, going into a Spanglish dialect.
Okay.
So the three standout characters, or the three main characters, excuse me, Benjamin Bratt, Jesse Borrego, who's actually from San Antonio, and Damian Chapa, which, interesting on a side note, Damian Chapa could not escape. I guess he fell in love with this character so much that every other film that he's been in, it's all B movies, has been about this, basically around this culture.
He has
this
the Will Smith and the Ryan Reynolds effect, where they cast him to play the same role in every movie.
Well, he's the one. He's proud to produce and direct and write most of these films. He does this to himself.
Is this going to be a Hispanic gangster film? Is it?
There's only
I'll
one,
be in it.
There's
Sign me
only
up.
one film, and correct me if I'm wrong, peeps. There's only one film where he broke that mold, and he was actually Ken in the Street Fighter movie where Jean-Claude Van Damme played Guile.
That was. Oh, Man, I didn't realize these people branched out so much from Blood In, Blood Out. So tell us a little bit more about what's the story of this movie?
So Blood In, Blood Out takes place. It's a Damian Chapa, who's main character, Miklo. That's the main character. The other two main characters is his cousin, and
his primo.
Yeah, his primo.
I know a little bit of Spanish.
So his primo is Paco Aguilar. Yeah, El Gallo Negro, because he's a boxer.
There you go.
Paco Aguilar.
I mean, I feel offended that
that's his cousin.
Rooster. Can he be the brown rooster?
And then his half brother, Paco Aguilar's half brother is Cruz. So Cruzito Cavalera. So anyway, so Miklo is half. His father is white, Anglo. I mean, really, that's so common now. It's not really. It's nothing.
We're all mixed up.
Yeah. But coming from first gen, right? My family, my parents are from Mexico. I'm first gen, so everybody was 100% pure like me, right? We weren't mixed.
You sound like a vampire.
I'm a purebred. I'm a purebred. What can I say? I'm not a mutt. My son, my stepson, he always likes to refer to himself.
I can feel the negative comments now.
My stepson always refers to himself as a hybrid.
So you got the best of both worlds.
Yeah, so he's not a mutt. He's a hybrid, he says. Miklo, since he's being half white, his mother was Hispanic, Mexican descent, so he wasn't really accepted into either world. They would always make fun of him for being half white, and he was very light-skinned, fair-skinned, and his father really didn't like the fact that he was half Mexican, so his father was very racist. The movie takes place, it starts off in the very early 80s, and then it takes, they show them as little kids, and then all of a sudden it springs from they're teenagers. And this is it. Now in the 80s, the kids are teenagers, and you really start to see the culture, the LA culture, East Los Angeles, right?
So was this like Mexican Boys in the Hood?
It was Mexican Boys in the Hood.
That's what it's starting to sound like. It sounds like Mexican Boys in the Hood.
I like how you always water everything down.
I mean, I was like, we gotta make some. This is how they pitch movies. It was
FYI, this came out before Boys in the Hood.
Okay, whatever. So it is the
so if anything,
the precursor to Boys in the Hood. We were saying that if Michael B. Jordan gets cast in the Scarface remake, I said, wouldn't that just be like New Jack City?
New Jack City. There's so many already movies like that.
That's the black Scarface is New Jack City. So this is. Sorry, Boys in the Hood was the black bound by
Blood In, Blood Out. Blood In, Blood Out. So what ends up happening is they get arrested for doing some crimes. They had a little local street gang. So Cruzito, he got involved, had an altercation with another gang. He was hospitalized. I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, summarize it, because then they don't need to watch this film, because they'd be like, well, Art just told us everything that happened.
It's a 3-hour film, so.
Good God.
But this is imperative to know about the film. So Cruz, right, he's hurt. So the other two get arrested. They give a choice, either go to prison or go join the military. Obviously, this was in the 80s, because now...
My uncle actually got that exact choice.
Yeah. Now they don't offer that at all. That is not. So now it takes place of what happens when their lives diverge. Mm-hmm. One joins the military, one goes to prison, and that's really it does a great job of following the flow of each one of their lives.
Okay.
And you see it progress. And little things that happen, the influences that they had when they were younger, the effects that it carries forward.
Okay.
Right. It's such a great film. Don't need to be Hispanic, don't need to be Mexican, don't need to understand Spanish to know this film.
Just turn subtitles on.
Yeah. Well, you don't need subtitles because they translate everything to English. Okay. And so, hey, everything they say in Spanish, they're gonna turn around and say it in English themselves.
Which is funny. It's kind of like a Pitbull song where, like, every time he has like a part of his song in Spanish, he then repeats it in English.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a Pitbull song. I was noticing that the other day. I was listening to Pitbull. I was like. I just happened to hear like 2 or 3 songs in a row, and I was like, every one of his hooks he sings in Spanish, and then he repeats it in English. Yeah. Why even do that?
Because he makes money, sir.
Okay,
he makes money.
It's a bilingual song. Yeah, it's made for everybody. All right, just like this movie.
Yeah. Spoiler. This is a 3-hour-long film.
Dude, we only accept Avenger films for 3 hours. Nothing else will we sit.
But all 3 hours, you will love every minute of it. Plus, it's also free on YouTube. I don't know if I mentioned it.
Okay.
You can watch it.
So you have no excuse.
You have no excuse. You don't need to have any subscription to anything. Because we all have YouTube already.
All right, so that sounds like a great movie for us to go ahead and take a look. Art's suggestions in this segment has been really, really good. So I would implore you guys, see big words here, implore you guys to actually go out there.
Spell it.
I can't spell it. So to go out there on YouTube and look Blood In, Blood Out. If you can't find it that way, search for Bound by Honor. And if you can't find that, then search for Blood In, Blood Out again. And then it'll probably come up.
Yeah, just type in Blood In, Blood Out. It's a little over 3 hours, but it's, plus it's on YouTube. You can pause it and pick up later.
Yeah, and because it's 3 hours long, it'll probably be 6 hours with the number of ads they're going to put in the movie.
Unless you pay for YouTube Premium like I do.
Nobody does that. So that was another From the Vault. If you guys have any suggestions of things that you remember from way back, or some things that maybe been lesser known that you want to kind of make or bring to light for other people who haven't seen it, let us know in the comments below. Send us a message. Art's probably already seen it. I may have seen it, or maybe I haven't seen it.
Between the three of us, we've seen...
Somebody's seen something.
Yeah.
All right, so Art, take us home.
Hey, guys. Tell me what you thought of the movie. Maybe maybe it's really not that good, and I'm just like living in the past.
There you go. Reminiscing.
It's all nostalgia. Or, like Terrence said, if there's anything that you recommend, let us know so we can cover it. But as always, don't forget to follow us, like us, do all that good stuff to us.
All right. So for Manny, who's not here, and Aspen, I think we should put our face on milk cartons at this point. I'm Terrence.
I'm Art.
You guys take care. All right, guys, I've been saying this. I hope you guys are tired, and I hope you already contributed money, but we do have a Patreon, so below you'll see the link. If you guys go to patreon.com/thegoods, please go ahead and, if you guys do like the show, please donate something. We do have giveaways for donations that we do receive. Make sure you donate something, and we get something sent out to you and make the show better.
Question for you. Where does the money go? What does the money do?
My pocket.